You'd think in the world of tech, newer is always better, right? Well, what if I told you that in 2025, one of the most popular GPUs is actually a 4-year-old model? Yeah, you heard that right. How on earth is that possible?
So let's dig into this. Because, the story of this one card, it tells us a ton about the entire GPU market today, and more importantly, what it all means for you when you're looking to buy.
All right, our story begins with a card that is, frankly, a legend, the NVIDIA RTX 3060. I mean, this thing became an instant classic, and for good reason. It was just that perfect mix of power and price. A real workhorse for anyone, whether you were gaming or doing creative stuff. So why was the 3060 the king of the hill for so long? Well, for years, it was just the ultimate jack of all trades. Plus, you had that whole crazy crypto mining boom and supply shortages, which kept its value sky high. It could handle pretty much anything you threw at it. Heavy gaming, creative work, and a big part of that was its generous 12 gigs of VRAM. But time marches on. And here in 2025, the 3060 is definitely starting to show its age. The latest games, with their super realistic lighting from ray tracing, they're really pushing this card to its limits. And yeah, that 12 gigs of VRAM is still nice, but the actual processing chip, it just can't always keep up anymore. Okay, so to make sense of this whole GPU jungle, we need a starting point, right? A baseline. So we're going to officially crown the RTX 3060 as our benchmark. We'll give it a nice round score of 100 points. Think of it as our yardstick. From here on out, we'll measure every other card against this number so you can see exactly how they stack up. All right, we've set our baseline. Now, what if you spend a little less? Let's dip below that 100-point mark. Can you still get a killer gaming experience if you're on a tight budget? So if you're just starting your PC gaming journey, the AMD RX 6600 is pretty much your entry ticket. This is the card for folks who want to get into PC gaming but don't want to empty their wallets. It's absolutely perfect for getting a great solid 1080p experience.
And this is where the RX 6600 really shines. You're looking at about $80 less than our RTX 3060 baseline. For that, you get a card that is absolutely ready to play modern games. Yeah, okay, you give up a little bit of performance and you have less VRAM, but come on, $80 is a serious saving.
So scoring an 89, it's really not that far behind our 100-point baseline in pure power. But when you factor in that price, it's an absolute game changer for anyone just getting started with building a PC.
Okay, so that's the budget champion. But what happens if we go the other way? What if you invest just a little bit more than our baseline? Well, it's time to meet the true successor to the 3060's throne.
Honestly, the RTX 5060 is the card I think a lot of us were really waiting for. It is a massive upgrade from the last generation. We're talking a huge leap in performance, plus it's packed with all the latest tech to keep you gaming happily for the next few years.
And check this out. For just about $40 more than the 3060, you get a ton of extra power. The performance jump is huge, and you get awesome new features like DLSS 4, that's the AI magic that boosts your frame rates, plus way better ray tracing for those incredible lighting effects. This card is basically future-proof for 1080p gaming. Now, the only tiny catch, it has 8 gigs of VRAM, but let's be real, for 1080p that's plenty. Scoring a whopping 144 points, the 5060 doesn't just raise the bar for what we expect from a mainstream hard, it pretty much obliterates it. Okay, 1080p is awesome, but maybe you're craving more pixels, more detail. So let's level up. We're moving into the 1440p or 2K gaming territory where things get really immersive. First up in this category is a card that honestly feels like NVIDIA saying our bad. I'm talking about the RTX 5060 Ti, and specifically the 16GB version. See, with the last generation of cards, NVIDIA did something that, well, people weren't happy about. If you wanted to jump from 8 gigs of VRAM to 16, you had to pay this huge premium. It felt like a tax. But with the 5060 Ti, it looks like they learned their lesson. The 16 gig model is now the standard, and it makes it an incredible value, not just for 2K gaming, but for creative work too. Scoring 167 points, this card is literally performing right alongside the last generation's RTX 470, a card that cost way more. Now that is what I call a massive leap in value. And finally, for the person who wants to absolutely master 2K gaming with no compromises, we have the RTX 5070. This is the undisputed king of the mid-range. Coming in at a massive 214 points, the 5070 is more than double the performance of our original RTX 3060 baseline. It just hits that perfect sweet spot of price, power, and efficiency. It is the absolute go-to for a high-end 2K gaming build. Whew, okay. We've gone from the budget-friendly starter card all the way up to a 2K powerhouse. So let's wrap this all up and put it all together to help you figure out which one of these is the right fit for you. When you look at it like this, it's pretty clear, right? The GPU market is basically a ladder. From the entry-level RX 6600 all the way up to the beastly RTX 5070, each step up in price gives you a very real, very noticeable boost in performance. So what's the big takeaway here? It's simple. The best GPU isn't just the one with the highest score. It's the one that's right for your specific needs and, of course, your wallet. You gotta ask yourself, what games do I play? What monitor resolution am I aiming for? And what's my budget? That's your sweet spot. So whether you've been building PCs for years or you're just getting started, you've now got the map. You've seen the scores, you know the landscape. The perfect GPU for your next build, for your next adventure, is out there. Now go find it.
If you enjoy this video, please like, share, subscribe and hit the bell to the later update from my channel. Thank you for watching till the end and see you in the next video.